Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm Vanguard and today we'll be going through the role that Ventus will have in Kingdom Hearts 3 and his future in the rest of the series. He's definitely grown to be one of the more intriguing characters to say the least of this franchise, as of the last few story updates of Union Key. It will be interesting to see what the writers of the series would do to continue the story. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's start off with what we know so far. Ventus was first introduced in Birth by Sleep as a lifeless light being, much like Roxas's first few days of existence. His past is unknown before Xehanort's evil doings in regards to the splitting of Ven's heart into two, at least up until that point. After doing so, he made his first connection to Sora, who was born at that time and healed his fractured heart. We don't know about Ven's earlier life or how exactly Xehanort came across Ven in the first place. Fast forward to the end of the game, after defeating Ventus, who wields the Keyblade, he again is left in a greatly damaged state, as a huge portion of his heart is destroyed. Once more, Sora comes into contact with Ven's heart, and it's in Sora he stays for the rest of the series, to heal and rest until the eventual day Sora meets him. Ventus is left in the Castle of Oblivion by Aqua, so he can sleep safely away from danger. There are hints of Ventus's existence throughout the series, such as 358 over 2 days where Xion appears as him in front of Xigbar. Kingdom Hearts 2 references him through Xigbar. In Recoded, he appears briefly as one of those who are in need. In Dream Drop Distance, Ven appears on numerous occasions. One moment worth noting is the armoured nightmare form that Sora took form as. 0.2, a fragmentary passage, he is shown in the Realm of Darkness sleeping, and strangely enough he appears in Kingdom Hearts Union Key as one of the 5 dandelions. Now let's talk about the future that Ven will have in Kingdom Hearts 3. In multiple games, Ven, Aqua and Terra are often described as the ones in need of Sora's saving. In Dream Drop Distance, the eventual final battle was set up between the 7 Guardians of Light and 13 Seekers of Darkness. Mickey counted Ven as a Keyblade wielder that will be a part of the Guardian of Light. But to do so they need Aqua, as she's the only person with the access to Ven's location in the Castle of Oblivion. So both Riku and Mickey are tasked with rescuing her from the Realm of Darkness, and we can assume Ven will be their next target. Whether or not Aqua and Sora will go together to the Castle of Oblivion, or Aqua will bring Ven to a place Sora can meet up, we don't know. But it's fate for Sora to awaken Ventus. Once reawakened, this will mark the first time he would have seen Sora in person and Aqua in over a decade. When he's caught up on the current situation, he will likely make some sort of attempt to rescue Terra from wherever he is. In my eyes, it is very unlikely that Terra will be one of the Guardians of Light, as according to Xehanort in Dream Drop Distance, he is in his possession, so someone like Aqua could be the voice of reason and advise him not to. From the trailers we've seen so far, we know that Ventus somehow makes its return, so the story will have to give some sort of explanation for this. Sora and him will have some sort of interaction, where Ventus tries to obtain a piece of Ventus that Sora has, which will probably fail, as the revival of Ven is a plot point the previous entries have strongly set up. And I assume many of us would agree that it's destiny for both Ven and Ventus to clash against each other once again, but this time around it will probably conclude with Ventus finally returning to Ven's heart, as there is no destruction of the X or Keyblade involved. Upon defeating his dark side, this could cause some maturing of his character being finally one with Ventus, or a shift in personality which would be pretty interesting. Or maybe this event might finally trigger his lost memories from long ago. But things might unravel differently when he returns, with possible new sets of motives beyond saving Terra and taking down Xehanort. The involvement of Union Key taking place over 100 years before the main events of the game makes things much more complicated and unpredictable. We know that Ven was actually a part of the 5 Dandelion leaders chosen by Ava, a foreteller. The Dandelions were entrusted with a mission to travel to the world outside when the Keyblade War broke out, so that they could ensure the survival of light. By unknown means, Ven somehow travels to the time of today and plays a strong part of the story in Birth by Sleep. How did he do so, why, and the seemingly lack of recollection of his life all those years ago are all a mystery. And there's also another familiar person in the group, a person by the name of Lauriam, who is the somebody of Marluxia, and guess who made an appearance in the D23 trailer of 2018? Lauriam in the plot actually assassinated a girl named Strelitzia, who was one of the original Union leaders, to steal her position. In Chain of Memories he had a rebellious role in the Organization 13 group, and in 358 over 2 days, he doesn't really show much recognition towards Roxas, but is quite polite to him. We see he has an obsession with Keyblades, and he also seems to give off the impression of knowing more than he lets on. The story of his time in Union Key might be the answer to all of this. I believe both Ven and Lauriam or Marluxia may have a strong connection with each other, not necessarily good. His obsession for obtaining the Keyblade and methods of achieving his goals, as we saw in Chain of Memories and Union Key, haven't been justified by a purpose as of yet. His alignment seems to be manipulative and evil in both past and present day. There's also a small possibility he may have been close friends with Ven in the past, or there may have been some sort of fallout in their past. In my opinion, I don't actually think Marluxia remembers his long-lost history in the events of the game so far. Much like Ventus, as we don't see a reaction when Sora meets Marluxia, like with Ventus, and Marluxia himself doesn't clearly show recognition either to Sora or Roxas. Both of these two have been sent to the future for unknown reasons, and in doing so they may have had to give up their memories, or lost it in the process, as we've never seen time travel to the future to this great extent. Ven may have been sent to prevent a certain event to help the light prevail, and if Square are consistent with Marluxia's devious persona, he may have chased Ven to the future to try to stop him. Or he was sent with Ven as a companion, and unfortunately ended up on the wrong side somehow. Why they would know to need to go to the future, I have no idea. We really aren't given many clues to this unnecessary new plot point, but I'm very sure the history of the two, Ven and Lauriam or Marluxia, will be explored as they both are in Kingdom Hearts 3, and according to Tetsuya Nomura, Union Key will have a crucial role to play in the game. I feel that it's strongly set up that these two will meet, and some sort of flashback may be triggered between the two. If Ven remembers his past, it'll be interesting to see how it changes him, if his personality and sense of responsibility evolves, as the other Union leaders are sadly now deceased from our knowledge. As for the series beyond Kingdom Hearts 3, I still think Ventus will be in the story. He may have to face the loss of Terra, as death flags everywhere are raised for him. In his current situation, I don't think Terra can make it out in all honesty, as he's in tight possession of Xehanort, and this could be the opportunity the writers take to create an impactful moment and develop Ven's character. If Terra doesn't die, the storyline would lose a lot of tension, and the argument of no one ever dies in these games would be enhanced. We know Roxas will return to the franchise, which at first I was really confused about. From what I know, Roxas takes form of Ven as he's a part of his heart. If you take Ven out of the equation by returning his heart to his body, then Roxas shouldn't be able to exist. But I think Roxas has developed into such a distinct person, with massively different personality traits compared to Ven. He's become his own person, therefore doesn't require Ven to be a part of him anymore. This idea is a little shaky, and I personally don't know about having two characters that look exactly the same, existing for the rest of the series. Finally, it has been confirmed that Kingdom Hearts 3 won't conclude the narrative of Union Key. I can see Ven acting as the means of branching out the knowledge and story of all those years ago to Sora, Aqua, and etc. Furthermore, he could act as a transition to the next major arc in Kingdom Hearts. It'll be interesting to see how he interacts with Sora, Roxas, Lee, and etc. But that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you all for watching, until next time, I'll see you later.